And more here says Edo-Guba PDP prepares document to challenge result in court. Edo-Guba INEC result portal stock at 98%, only 5 LGAs completed days after declaration. Still Edo-Guba APC chieftain Agbomhere hails Okpebolo's victory. All right, let's look at all the news here coming out of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. Lack of expansion strategies, daily bread mentality stunting African businesses. That's according to Awuze. Around Nigeria at 64, Gombe governor frees 23 convicts, reduces orders jail term. And we also have this one, Oshun, Rep. Lukman distribute empowerment materials to constituents. We take one more. October 1, Kwara Court restricts public protest to Metropolitan Square. That's it from the Nigerian Tribune.
All right, from the Punch newspaper, Bobrisky reps grill EFCC and COS officials over bribery allegations. It's the major one. From the Punch, minimum wage, federal government raises retirees' pension by 32,000 naira. IPOB bans Independence Day celebration in Southeast. Many Nigerians get asked abroad, are you a doctor? I believe it's a piece from the Punch that you might want to take a look at. Nigeria loses 362.28 million barrels of crude to sabotage. Haiti. Tinubu swears in new CGN, promises judiciary independence. October 1st protest, DHQ places military on alert. CSOs oppose troop deployment. Petrol landing costs drops amid Naira appreciation. That's from the business and economy side of the Punch this morning. Be wary of 𝐶𝐈𝐒. Ganduje's loyalist tells Tinubu, I'll take that again, 2027. Be wary of 𝐶𝐈𝐒. Ganduje's loyalists tell Tinubu. And lastly, from the Punch, Atiku writes National Assembly, six-year term for president.
All right, we have the cable this morning with this headline. Hurricane Helen hits U.S., kills 116, leaves 2 million households without electricity. And Kemi Nandap, named chair of ECOWAS Immigration Forum. Egbetokun orders tight security for Nigeria's Independence Day celebration. EFCC arraigns Darius Ishaku, ex-Taraba governor, over 27 billion naira fraud. Koran, first phase of crude oil sale in Naira is for refineries producing petrol. We will never interfere. Tinubu pledges commitment to independent judiciary. Tinubu to address Nigerians on Independence Day. And I wasn't suspended. Prison officer speaks on Bobrisky's bribery allegation. How I got audio recording of Bobrisky, very dark man, opens up. And NAF denies killing 23 civilians in Kaduna airstrike. And let's look at other stories here. Coming out of the cable this morning at GBOLABO, over 40% of Nigerians now enjoy 20 hours of daily electricity supply. Okay. World Bank approves $1.57 billion for Nigeria to improve health care services, address flooding. We take one more. Issa Onilu, FEC has approved citizen brigade, citizenship studies in schools.
All right, from the Daily Post now, some of the headlines. Independence Day, Tinubu addresses Nigerians on Tuesday. I wasn't suspended. A prison officer speaks on Bobrisky's bribery allegation. Rivers local government area election will proceed as planned. That's according to Governor Fubara. Fuel price. Marketers give update on meeting with Dangote refinery. Obedience to court order not negotiable under my watch. CGN Kekereekun warns. Security beefed up at Edo Government House over Shuaibu's alleged plot to resume as deputy governor. Other stories, northern coordinators pull out of October 1 End Bad Governance protest. Prevention, defeat best way to fight terrorism, Kingsley Mohalu. And this one says Independence Day protest, we won't back down until our demands are met. And that's according to Shura. Take one more. Ondo, Governor Ayedatiwa orders release of 19 inmates.
Looking at the Vanguard this morning, protest police talk tough, organizers allege intimidation. Nigeria 64, Jonathan Atiku governors NLC orders urge unity to tackle nation's challenges. Naira under fresh pressure ends September at 1,705 Naira per dollar in parallel market. All the latest news here, hardship, there is anger, hunger in Nigeria, youths tell federal government. And of course, we still have here Taraba governor, ex-governor Ishaku denies 27 billion naira fraud charge. And now father smarches son to death, kills nursing mother, injures orders. Unileisure, stop the lies. My administration established more. Coming from the government of the past government in Osun State. October 1, Osun Group mobilizes residents for National Day protest. We also have this one. Army eliminates 8 terrorists, rescue 40 kidnapped victims. Still here on the Vanguard. Nigeria 64 address rising hunger out of school children, orders NAS tax federal government. One more says here, Nigeria raised one-party state under APC, says PDP's Shomumi.
All right, we'll take headlines from the Daily Trust. Independence, reduce pump price of fuel now. PDP tells Tinubu. Obaseki kicks as Philip Shuaibu inspects projects as deputy governor. NAF probes Kaduna airstrike, insists only terrorists were killed. Dorcas Elijah, a woman on a mission to redefine rural education. Engineer Alim, a service of proficiency and incorruptibility. My aim is to help the economically disadvantaged 26-year-old Shamsuddin Dogo, water vendor who gave his life for others. We'll take some more headlines from the Daily Trust. Very dark man, how I got Bobrisky's audio. October 1st, Tinubu to address the nation. 64th independence. We commiserate with Nigerians. There's nothing to celebrate. That's according to the coalition of political parties, CUPP. Tinubu to 𝐾𝐈𝐒, I won't interfere in judicial matters. Some of the headlines from the Daily Trust newspaper. We'll go on a commercial break right now. When we come back, it'll be time for the analysis of the headlines. So stay with us.
FM 94.9.
My heart is burning. My head, my body, everywhere is burning.
What could drive this iron lady to a breaking point? Find out in Wura, Season 3, a Showmax original telenovela. Subscribe from 1,600 Naira monthly. Sign up now at showmax.com.
I am pregnant. It is important for me to take care of myself and stay healthy.
To be strong and have a healthy pregnancy, take iron and folic acid tablets every day when you're pregnant. This prevents anemia and helps maintain a healthy pregnancy. Visit your healthcare provider for regular antenatal care. This message is from the ANRIN Project or your state's Ministry of Health.
kò bá jẹ́ 24, 29 tàbí 32 ṣáà ti fẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú wa lórí gbogbo ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ kàn tẹ 32FM949 fẹ̀yìn ẹ̀.
Darling, how did your visit to the doctor go?
I'm confused. He said my blood pressure was like a baby's.
Well, that's a good thing.
Exactly, because my BP has always been high. He said that perhaps I changed something in my life.
What's changed, darling?
The only thing that has changed is Sterling One Bank app, which I downloaded recently. I've had peace of mind since I started using One Bank.
How?
Look, One Bank allows me to do a whole lot without problems. Easy.
I know how you always have issues with your bank, darling.
Not anymore. One Bank handles complaints effectively, and payments can be scheduled and processed smoothly.
How about your loans and investments?
One Bank.
Money transfer?
One Bank. You can even swap dollar to naira in a few seconds. Easy. Transactions on One Bank are super fast. You can open an account with NIN or BVN, buy airtime and data, pay bills, and even dispute a wrong transaction without visiting the bank. All on One Bank. Guess what? There's so much more.
One Bank is peace of mind. I'm downloading it right away.
One Bank, a new way to live.
nígbà kan rí nílùú Ẹ̀gbá nígbà tó ń jọ pé gbogbo ìrètí ti pé Lísàbí dìde gìjà ọkùnrin jẹ́jẹ́ abìjà kúkú ó gbéná wojú ọ̀tá láti fòpin sí ìwà ọ̀dájú àti ìwà amúnisìn ọlọ́yọ̀ọ́. Lísàbí ìtàn tó ń peni sí ìrántí bí ọkùnrin kan ṣoṣo ṣe fi ìwà akíkanjú rẹ̀ yí ìgbé ayé àwọn èèyàn rẹ̀ padà sí rere.
ìwọ náà wàá mọ bó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú Lísàbí tá a ti ń ṣàfihàn rẹ̀ báyìí lórí Netflix pẹ̀lú ìlànà ìsanwó tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti $2,000 àti $200.
Dear landed property owner, what if I told you that you could reach out to a radio station to sell your choice of landed properties without paying for adverts? Huh? You must think it's impossible, right? And not just any radio station, a radio station with millions of listeners, so your property can be sold as quickly as possible. Stop doubting Thomas. Or what's your name again? 32 FM, the laughter station, in partnership with Soft Sands Property, is bringing this offer to you. Yes, if you have a house or land in a choice location with appropriate titles and you want it advertised in 32 FM 94.9 Ibadan for quick sales and without paying a cobble, you can call or send a message to this number 0903 457 5628. Also, you can visit www.softsandsproperty.com to express your interest. Terms and conditions apply. Soft Sands, created to house the world.
It's a new era. The UEFA Champions League is back. The best clubs in Europe clash in the most dramatic fixtures. Watch the UEFA Champions League live on SuperSport. Upgrade to Compact Plus and stay connected. DSTV, your home of football.
Hey there! Yes, you! You just won 5,000 Naira cash. And you, sitting by the side, there's 1 month Showmax subscription to watch the Premier League waiting for you. You behind. Of course, you're not left out. How does 1,000 Naira airtime and 2,000 Naira Uber discount sound? All this could come true when you buy the No Unwrap and Win pack. Open it, look for a cube with a 6-digit code on its wrapper, text the code to 8011 and follow the prompts to stand a chance to win any of these instant prizes. Promo valid from July till December. Terms and conditions apply. Get extra value on the No Unwrap and Win pack. No, eat for good.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
All right, you're welcome back. You're still on to Break It On People's Review here on 32 FM 94.9. And of course, my name is GBOLABO Fimasco. We still have Mr. Femi Olukune with us this morning to do the analysis proper.
My name is Kenny Durutilu. Mr. Femi, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, Kenny. GBOLABO, good morning. And I greet our listeners. Good morning to you all.
All right, Mr. Femi, let's start off with this headline from the Punch. 𝐃𝐈𝐒 writes National Assembly seeks a 6-year term for president, single-term proposal. 𝐃𝐈𝐒's suggestion is for that length of time, single-term presidency and governorship. What do you make of this? He also proposed power rotation, the call for north-south rotational presidency, raising the educational bar of political candidates to OND level.
Everything 𝐃𝐈𝐒 said are not new. All those variables that he packed together and sent to the National Assembly are not new. We have heard them before. In fact, the 6-year single term started with Jonathan when he was in power. He suggested it, and then the National Assembly people shut it down. And after Jonathan, some other people have amplified it. So it's not new. And then the fact that 𝐃𝐈𝐒 says that the bar of minimum qualification for whoever is going to be the president of the country should be raised. It's not new. And but I agree with him, because how can you say somebody who has school cert should be the president of Nigeria over professors and doctors and people who are generously educated? And the fact of the matter is that the level of reasoning of somebody who is having a school certificate cannot be at par with somebody who had witnessed and gone through the rigors of tertiary education. So they can't reason along the same way. Yeah, I'm not trying to say that our fathers in the villages who didn't go to school are not reasonable or are not wise. But the fact of the matter is that governance is complex, and we need somebody who is dynamic to do that. We don't need somebody who will present a NEPA certificate, a NEPA receipt or something to govern us. So I agree with 𝐃𝐈𝐒. And but the danger in 6-year single term is this: good as it is, somebody who knows that is not coming back to beg Nigerians for a vote can misbehave, and this misbehavior will extend for 6 years. So I see it as the mixture of good and bad. So good as it is that we will not be wasting money every 4 years on election, and we will not be wasting money, we will not be wasting time. Bad because it may give that person opportunity to misbehave, to be a thing god over the country. Except there is a clause in the constitution that will make it less cumbersome to remove any governor, to remove any president who misgoverns the people. So I think it will be a welcome development if we do that.
All right, Mr. Femi, the president is due to make a statewide broadcast this morning looking at the Independence Day, and we're hoping that the land remains green, like we used to say. But then there've been this clamor for protest on the sideline, and you also have the Afeniferis coming up to say that we can't continue under a unitary government. There must be a difference. We must fight for true federalism in the country, or we go at different ways. Now, what are your expectations from what Tinubu will talk about this morning?
Sincerely speaking, I'm not expecting anything novel. I'm not expecting anything new. It's going to be the old rhetorics that we have always been listening to. And he may even go ahead to flaunt some of things that he may claim his government has achieved. So, nothing new. I am not seeing him addressing the problems we have in the country. The problem of poverty, the problem of unemployment, the problem of epileptic power supply. These are the things that we should expect him to talk about. But I see him glossing over them, just like he did when he addressed the nation during the End Bad Governance protest. So in that broadcast then was very, very empty. There was nothing new. So this one, aside from he congratulating us that we are still existing as a nation and giving us hope that we should expect better days, I don't see anything spectacular coming out from that broadcast.
All right, still along those lines, there's a headline from The Punch, October 1st, protest, DHQ places military on alert, CSOs oppose troop deployment. This protest, apparently it's being hashtagged Fearless in October, as a continuation of the hashtag End Bad Governance process. Do you see this possible involvement of the military? Does this risk worsening tensions? Could it fuel greater public resentment and undermining, democratic rights of Nigerians?
Any protest becomes violent when you see the military or the police, and it depends on the way the police handles the people. Remember, during the protest in Lagos, police was there, even giving sachet water to protesters, giving them biscuits, and they were hailing them. So that is the way it should go. But when you see the police flexing muscle and they're pointing guns at the people, the animal inside the people will be woken up, and then there will be violence. So what is going to happen today, if it happens at all, the protest, if it happens at all, I don't expect the soldiers to go out. I don't expect them. Let them stay in their barracks. Soldiers don't have anything to do in this business until when there is an attempt to break the nerves that hold us together. So they don't have any business. It is the business of police and other paramilitary organizations. So this one does not involve soldiers, because soldiers are not trained to handle civil matters. They are trained to kill. So, and there is nobody for soldiers to kill here. Those that soldiers are to kill are in Sambisa Forest. They are in the forest in Zamfara and other states of the Federation. So they don't have business killing people. And I want to beg police, should this protest take off, they should please not kill anyone. And I want to beg those who are going to protest, should it happen at all, that they should be civil. They should not destroy government property, and they should not disturb anybody who is going on his legitimate business. And let us be civil. We are clamoring for a good nation, and then we should not continue to destroy whatever government has provided for us. Otherwise, we will be sinking. We'll be sinking further. So we should be reasonable in everything we do.
All right, Mr. Femi. Now, this headline is talking about ex-Taraba Governor Ishako Dog denies 27 billion naira fraud charge. Now, if you look at this particular charge against the ex-governor, it has to do with the monies coming from money is meant to go to the local government and chieftains, so to say. Would we say some of these governors have killed the local governments irrespective of the states here?
Most of them have done that. And I thank God for the life of EFCC, and they should do much more. There are so many ex-governors to be arrested. There are so many former ministers to be arrested. There are so many top civil servants serving and retired to be arrested. I know the work is overwhelming. The yoke is too heavy on the shoulders of EFCC, and that is why government should further empower them by employing more hands who can do this thing. There are so many corrupt officers in this country who have wounded the country beyond description. So I congratulate them, and I pray that more of them will be arrested and more of our money that they have stolen will be vomited.
All right, we can't avoid talking about this Bobrisky VDM palaver. It's in the news, of course, it's in the mainstream right now. And this report here from The Nation says EFCC money laundering charges against Bobrisky legally dropped. I'm sure you must have been following up, developments yesterday talking about that particular story.
Yeah.
Mr. Femi, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I didn't expect the EFCC to say anything short of what they have said, that the accusation was legally dropped. I wouldn't expect them to say something short of what they have said. But I just want to pray every authority that is necessary to probe what has transpired between Bobrisky, very dark man, correctional center, and EFCC. It has to be scrupulously probed, because we are living in a global village. A world is a global village, and everything that is happening now is in the know of other nations in the world, and it makes us it stigmatizes us the more, and it makes us a laughing stock in the Committee of Nations that somebody allegedly was not put in prison. He was given a luxury, put in a house where he had people ministering unto her or him when he was supposed to be in jail. So all this nonsense has to be scrupulously investigated. So I cannot say much on it, but what I want is that they should investigate it, and anyone that is culpable should be very heavily punished for embarrassing this nation.
All right, we still have a little time in our hands before hitting the bells for another break. At 𝐷𝐿ABO, over 40% of Nigerians now enjoy 20 hours of daily electricity supply. I don't know, maybe this is not Nigeria, because I don't know what that means. But what do we say about what at 𝐷𝐿ABO just said? 20 hours.
My sister, I believe no Nigerian should be surprised, because 𝐷𝐿ABO has been given a trumpet, and he will blow it for himself. He will never expect anybody to blow his trumpet for him. But we, that they are governing, that this administration is governing, we know what is going on. We know what we feel. 𝐷𝐿ABO does not feel what we feel. Where he is, he has 24 hours supply of electricity. President Tinubu has 24 hours supply of electricity, so they cannot feel what we are feeling. But if he says that, we are the ones that are to deflate what he has said, and we are deflating it. I said it yesterday that yes, so in fairness to him, where I live in Ibadan here, there is a semblance of improvement, just a marginal improvement, because before they could flash it, flash power for about 2, 3, 4 seconds, and we might not have it in the next 3, 4, 5 days. But now we have it so like 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. But for him to say that we enjoy it, 40% of Nigerians enjoy 20 hours. I think
is that not a lie from the pit of hell?
He should be a stranger in Nigeria.
Okay.
He should be a stranger in Nigeria, so it doesn't belong to us.
All right, quickly, Mr. Femi, let's have your addresses. One, IPOB's ban on Independence Day celebrations. It's in the news, the deep-seated grievances, and of course, the ongoing push for Biafran secession continues. What do you make of that?
All this agitation for Biafra and all the rest, I think during Buhari administration, I trumpeted it that Buhari needed to call them together, these people, these agitators, call them as a father, talk to them. And the same thing I'm saying about President Tinubu. This agitation will die a natural death if those people see a father figure to address them. If they have the opportunity to empty their grievances to somebody, that this is what we are feeling, this is what is not what we don't like, this is what our people don't like, and then let there be a talk, a frank talk. This is what we can do, this is what we cannot do, this is what we will do later. And I'm sure all this agitation will die a natural death. But because the people in government they are far away from us, and then they allow these people to continue to, even they are killing themselves, they are destroying, they are dislocating the economy of Southeast, which is not sensible at all. So I still want the president to play the role of the father of the nation that he is, by calling these agitators. And honestly, all these Biafra, they're here and there, even though Dudua, all of them, they are the product of bad governance. If we have good governance, all these agitations wouldn't have existed in the first instance. And now that they are existing, let the president call them, and it is not just giving them empty promises. Something that is measurable, that is seeable, that is tangible, that is sensible should be promised. Not that you'll be giving them a promise that you are going to build a castle for them in the air.
All right, we have to go on that break, and we'll be back very shortly afterwards. Please do stay with us.
32 FM
94.9.
My baby is 6 months old.
Oh my! 6 months old? Wow! Now your baby needs more than breast milk. It's time to introduce mashed meals. In addition to breast milk, begin to give your baby mashed meals that contain at least one item from each of these 5 food groups: eggs, fish or meat, fruits and vegetables, oils, beans, groundnuts, soya or millet, rice, potato, maize or yam. From 6 months. In addition to breast milk, your baby needs this combination of food types to grow healthy. This message is from the Anrin Project or your state's Ministry of Health.
nígbà kan rí nílùú Ẹ̀gbá, nígbà tó ń jọ pé gbogbo ìrètí ti pé Lísàbí dìde gìjà, ọkùnrin jẹ́jẹ́ abìjàkúkú, ó gbéná wojú ọ̀tá láti fòpin sí ìwà ọ̀dájú àti ìwà amúnisìn ọlọ́yọ̀ọ́. Lísàbí, ìtàn tó ń peni sí ìrántí bí ọkùnrin kan ṣoṣo ṣe fi ìwà akíkanjú rẹ̀ yí ìgbé ayé àwọn èèyàn rẹ̀ padà sí rere.
Ìwọ náà wàá mọ bó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú Lísàbí tá a ti ń ṣàfihàn rẹ̀ báyìí lórí Netflix pẹ̀lú ìlànà ìsanwó tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti $2,000 àti $200.
Ìwọ ń bẹ̀ yẹn, ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ jẹ̀bú $5,000. Ṣé o wá rí ìwọ tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ òun? Ó sì láǹfààní oṣù kan sí i láti darapọ̀ wọ Premier League lórí Showmax. Kò yọwọ́ náà tó wà lẹ́yìn sílẹ̀ o. Báwo ni $1,000 káàdì ìpè àti $2,000 fún ìdínwó lórí Uber ṣe máa rí lára ẹ̀? Gbogbo eléyìí la ṣe é ṣe tí o bá ra àpò Unwrap INT'L náà kí o ṣí i. Wá kóró náà tó ní kóòdù ní nọ́mbà 6 lára. Tẹ kóòdù yìí ránṣẹ́ sí 801 kan kó o sì tẹ̀lé àwọn àlàyé tó bá jẹyọ láti jẹ̀bù. Àǹfààní yìí ṣì wà níwọ̀nba ìgbà tọ́jà yìí bá wà ńlẹ̀. Àdéhùn àtàlàyé ń bẹ ṣá o. Èrè ń bẹ nínú àpò Unwrap INT'L náà. No, àsìkò tó láti jẹun tó dára.
Ẹ̀yin fans mi. It's okay. Ẹ lọ sórí gbogbo ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ ní 32 FM 949 fẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ àsáàpù.
It's okay. It's a new era. The UEFA Champions League is back. The best clubs in Europe clash in the most dramatic fixtures. Watch the UEFA Champions League live on SuperSport. Upgrade to Compact Plus and stay connected. DSTV, your home of football.
Dear landed property owner, what if we told you that you could reach out to a radio station to sell your choice of landed properties without paying for adverts? You must think it's impossible, right? And not just any radio station, a radio station with millions of listeners, so your property can be sold as quickly as possible. Stop doubting. Thomas, or what's your name again? 32 FM The Laughter Station, in partnership with Soft Sands Property, is bringing this offer to you. Yes, if you have a house or land in a choice location with appropriate titles and you want it advertised on 32 FM 94.9 Ibadan for quick sales and without paying a kobo, you can call or send a message to this number: 0903 457 5628. 0903 457 5628. Also, you can visit www.softsandproperty.com to express your interest. Terms and conditions apply.
Soft Sands, created to house the world.
Feel better about your life.
32 FM, 94.9, the antidote to depression.
All right, welcome back. 32 FM 94.9. We'll have to join the Independence Day speech. The president is speaking right now. We'll be joining, and that's where we'll call it a wrap for the papers review for today. I'm Kenny Durasilu.
And I'm GBOLABO, Famous School. Do enjoy the live broadcast.
Versus decades later, we can look back, and Nigerians worldwide can see how well we have succeeded in realizing the lofty dream of our founding fathers. The world is witnessing and benefiting